have to call the director.
That's okay. Trust me.
I'm coming.
Hello, fellow quirky people. The MCU just gave us a roadmap till Phase 6, and it all ends with Avengers Secret Wars. This crossover event will bring the Multiverse Saga to an end. And this is the film that could really beat Avengers Endgame in terms of scale and the number of characters that are going to appear in it. Endgame had a whole army of heroes that included several random soldiers from Wakanda, the Ravagers, the Sorcerers, and new Asgardians. But this time around, these random soldiers could actually be replaced by heroes and villains. If you have a slight idea about Secret Wars, then you would be aware that this storyline includes a place called the Battle World. This is where most of the multiverse came to an end because of incursions. And the last surviving place was the Battle World, which comprised of different factions of the entire multiverse.
This planet's called Battle World. Beyonder put it together like a jigsaw puzzle. Pieces of Earth, bits of other worlds, other dimensions.
It had variants of several heroes and villains residing in different parts of the Battle World. And each of these parts were run by barons who then served and took favors from God Emperor Doom. We may or may not see God Emperor Doom in charge of Battle World in the MCU, as Kang Prime may take that spot. But what we can definitely see are different variants of Earth 616's heroes. And we can even see some big surprises come in throughout the movie to work their way up to a battle with Kang Prime. Before I get to those, it would be amazing if you guys would hit the subscribe button and support our channel. Okay, so the first big surprise that everyone would be hoping for is an OG 6 Avengers reunion. The last time all 6 Avengers were in one frame on a battlefield was in Avengers Age of Ultron. But then they never reunited in battle, and Endgame got rid of 2 Avengers for good, while one of them got lost in time.
Gone, but not forgotten.
But with the help of the multiverse plan, we could see Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson return as Tony Stark and Natasha Romanoff respectively. We could see Chris Evans return as Steve Rogers, and they could reunite with Earth 616's Thor, Hulk, and Hawkeye, and even with the rest of the heroes. To add to this team of veteran heroes, we could have the second biggest surprise, that is, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Class dismissed.
Mutants have been introduced in the MCU, and Deadpool 3 might even bring us a new Wolverine.
No, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with pulverine.
Whether the X-Men are brought into the mix before Secret Wars remains to be seen, but they could at least come in through the multiverse. A different variant of Professor X played by Patrick Stewart recently came in as a part of Earth 838. So maybe a different Wolverine variant played by Hugh Jackman could also come in from Earth 838 or some other Earth. And he could make our lifelong dream of seeing Wolverine with the original Avengers come true. Hugh Jackman has been friends with Kevin Feige since the first X-Men movie days. So if anyone could make him return one more time, then it would certainly be Kevin Feige. And Secret Wars is surely the event for that. Surprise number 3 could be 4 Spider-Men and Venom.
Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 2, Peter 3. Peter 3.
Kevin Feige just made the impossible happen as all 3 live-action Spider-Men teamed up in No Way Home. But in the Secret Wars comics, we also had Miles Morales show up. So this movie definitely needs to add a Miles Morales from the multiverse, or perhaps from Earth 616 itself. He could team up with the Toby, Tom, and Andrew trio. Back in the original Secret Wars event in the 80s, Spider-Man showed up in his Black Venom suit for the first time. And since Venom left a part of his goo on Earth 616, we could see it combine with Holland's Peter Parker by the end of Spider-Man 4. And then he could show up as a symbiote-powered Spider-Man in Secret Wars. Sony and Marvel may or may not work out a deal for Tom Hardy's Venom as well. But the 4 Spider-Men should definitely be there. And along with the Spider-Verse, we could also get a Team Captain America.
I have eyes on Loki, 14th floor.
Sam Wilson has already turned into the new Captain America, while Steve Rogers is expected to return sooner or later.
No.
No, I don't think I will.
Meanwhile, 2 different Earths of MCU's multiverse have introduced Captain Carter as well. Even though she is dead on Earth 838, we could always see another variant of her pop up from a different Earth.
I could do this all day.
And just imagine a team cap that includes Sam Wilson, Steve, Peggy, Bucky, and maybe a US agent as well. That would be a crazy lineup, don't you think?
Back.
I'd love a similar team up of Thors, including Thor Odinson, Jane Foster, and Beta Ray Bill as well. But maybe that would be a bit of a stretch. Anyway, the next big surprise could be of Killmonger as Black Panther. We've seen a villainous Killmonger twice in the MCU now. But now with T'Challa being written out of the MCU, we could have a good Killmonger variant. Imagine an Earth where King T'Chaka adopted Eric Stevens as one of his own after the death of N'Jobu. He and T'Challa could have grown up together as brothers. And maybe because T'Challa died on this Earth as well, the mantle of Black Panther fell upon Eric Stevens. So he could form a team of Black Panthers with Shuri and M'Baku of Earth 616. They would all unite with the grief of losing T'Challa on different Earths. The reason I say M'Baku as well is because it is rumored that by the end of Wakanda Forever, Shuri would pass on the mantle of Black Panther to M'Baku. So, Shuri, M'Baku, and Eric could all be seen in Black Panther suits in Secret Wars. Next up, we might even get Superior Iron Man. While we're all longing for Robert Downey Jr. to return as Tony Stark in Secret Wars, we could also get to see Tom Cruise finally show up as a Superior Iron Man variant from Earth 838. People were disappointed when this idea did not come to fruition in the Multiverse of Madness. But maybe that's because Marvel saved it for Secret Wars. A conversation and team-up between Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and Tom Cruise's Iron Man would be legendary. Besides all these multiversal unions, we could see a new cosmic team. James Gunn is culminating the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise with Volume 3. But the ending of the franchise doesn't mean that everyone will die. The story will go on, and towards the end, we'd surely see a new cosmic team form up. Marvel could take inspiration from the Annihilators for this. Maybe the MCU's version of this team could include the leftover Guardians like Star-Lord and Gamora. And they could lead Adam Warlock, Nova, and maybe some other familiar powerhouses like the Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill, or even Quasar. And guess what? This cosmic squad could combine with the Marvel's team. Next up, Marvel may also be working to add the Young Avengers. While the Thunderbolts team is already getting a movie and could feature in Secret Wars, a separate Young Avengers project still hasn't been announced. But we obviously know that it is being set up with several Phase 4 and Phase 5 projects. So, Phase 6 could bring us a Young Avengers project which would lead us into the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. The comic book Young Avengers includes Nathaniel Richards as Iron Lad, who is a younger version of Kang himself. So a lineup of MCU's Young Avengers could also make it into Secret Wars through the Iron Lad connection. And another such team that we're hoping to see is the Midnight Suns. Marvel is working a supernatural angle with projects like Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, and Blade.
The question on everyone's mind, is there a season 2?
Why else will we be in Cairo?
Moon Knight Season 2 has already begun development, and by the end of this season, we could see a union of all these Midnight Suns members. This team could even add Daredevil and the Punisher along with the MCU's version of Ghost Rider. Speaking of Ghost Rider, could the last surprise of this list be Nick Cage as Johnny Blaze?
My name is Johnny Blaze.
Even though the Ghost Rider movies of Nicolas Cage weren't very well acclaimed, he was still hailed as an amazing Ghost Rider. And now he could finally be brought back through the multiversal concept of Secret Wars. The Avengers Assemble animated series featured multiple Ghost Riders on Battleworld. So imagine if we could see a Ghost Rider land on MCU's Battleworld, and it includes different Ghost Riders like Johnny Blaze, Robbie Reyes from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and a blue-flamed Danny Ketch. They could be a part of Kang Prime's villainous army. Okay, that's all from our list of surprises. You have to remember that all these names that I've mentioned should come in along with Earth 616's existing heroes like Doctor Strange, Clea, the Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, Yelena Belova, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Namor, White Vision, the Scarlet Witch, and several others. So really, Secret Wars could double the number of heroes and villains that appeared in Endgame. Maybe not all the names that I've mentioned would make it to this mega event, but I can bet that at least some of them would. Okay, that's all for now. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and tell us who you would like to see in Avengers Secret Wars in the comments section. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.